What if I told you that the number one worst food for osteoarthritis is hiding in your kitchen right now, and you are eating it every day thinking it is harmless? Most people assume that their diet is healthy, but this safe food is secretly inflaming your joints, making your pain and stiffness unbearable. And here is the shocker. It's not some rare ingredient. It's hiding in 90% of kitchens, and most likely you grab it every day without a second thought. As a rheumatologist with more than 15 years of treating osteoarthritis patients, I have witnessed how cutting just one food can crush the pain. And by the end of this video, you will discover the sneaky foods that secretly cause your inflammation in the joints, the number one food that you are eating every day that's making your pain worse, and what easy swaps you can make with foods that you already have in your home so you can eat a tasty meal and say goodbye to those stiff joints. I have analyzed hundreds of research studies and worked with thousands of arthritis patients, and I have discovered that making certain specific changes in the food can dramatically reduce your joint pain in as little as 14 days. Before we reveal these inflammatory foods, let's quickly understand what's happening in your joints when you have osteoarthritis. Because osteoarthritis affects over 32 million Americans and hundreds of millions worldwide. Osteoarthritis is more common after the age of 50, but often it starts developing much earlier in life, especially if you had joint injuries, maybe because you are playing professional sports, if you are carrying extra weight, or if you have a family history of osteoarthritis. But what makes osteoarthritis different from other types? Osteoarthritis is primarily a wear and tear arthritis where the protective cartilage between your bones gradually starts to break down. And this leads to bone rubbing against bone, causing pain, stiffness, and sometimes a little bit of swelling, especially in the thumbs, in the knees, in the hips, and very often in the spine. But here it is what most doctors won't tell you, that what you eat matters. Yes, what you eat can either accelerate the cartilage damage or it will help slow it down, because food is your first line of defense. Let's start with processed meats: bacon, sausages, deli meats, and hot dogs. Many people think that eating more protein will actually help strengthening the joints. But what if the type of protein that you are eating is actually making things worse? A groundbreaking study published in 2024 proved that eating ultra-processed meats significantly will increase your risk to develop knee osteoarthritis. Why? Because these foods contain nitrates, excessive salt, and inflammatory fats that will directly trigger joint swelling and inflammation. And the preservatives and chemicals in these foods will create something that we call oxidative stress. And that oxidative stress will cause your cartilage to break down faster. And it is like pouring acid on your joints with every little bite. I'll be honest, I love some eggs and bacon on a Sunday morning too, but I limit it because I have seen what happens to my patients who ate those foods every day. Instead, I advise you to try lean grass-fed meats, wild-caught salmon, or plant-based proteins like lentils and chickpeas. And in my practice, I recommend eating oily fish like salmon, mackerel, or herring at least 3 times a week because they are packed with omega-3s that will fight inflammation. Have you noticed that after eating fast food meal, your joints feel stiffer and more painful the next day? This is not in your head. There is a direct correlation between those French fries and your aching joints. Fast food, fried chicken, and even many restaurant meals are cooked with inflammatory seed oils that create something that we call advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. And these compounds literally will age your joints faster by damaging the collagen that keeps them flexible. And I know we are all busy and grabbing fast food is something convenient, but instead of that burger and fries combo, then you should choose a protein-rich salad with avocados, olive oil, a handful of nuts, and put some grilled chicken or salmon on top of it, because your joints will thank you the next morning. But there is still one even worse food category to come. This one might surprise you. Dairy is one of the most debated foods when it comes to osteoarthritis. Some people swear that it will help them, while others do notice dramatically worse joint pain after certain types of cheese or milk. But here it is what the research shows. It is not all dairy that's the problem. It's specifically processed dairy products like American cheese slices, pre-shredded cheese bags that are coated with anti-caulking chemicals, and those individually wrapped cheese products that contain more artificial ingredients than actually cheese. And if you love cheese, and who doesn't, I have good news. Simply swap this processed cheese for natural versions like feta cheese or fresh goat cheese or real mozzarella. And you should also choose some plain yogurt instead of those flavored varieties that are loaded with sugar. Or you should try kefir, which is a fermented dairy which will deliver protein, healthy fats, natural probiotics, and can actually help you reduce inflammation in your joints. But we still haven't revealed the number one worst food for osteoarthritis. And if you eat it regularly, it could be making your joint pain exponentially worse. And the number one worst food are refined carbs and added sugar. Picture this. You start your day with cereal or a toast. Then you have a sandwich for lunch and pasta or rice for dinner. That seems completely normal, right? But what if this daily routine is silently attacking your joints with every bite? Unfortunately, these refined carbohydrates, white bread, white pasta, white rice, pastries, and even those healthy breakfast cereals quickly convert to sugar in your body. This triggers a massive inflammatory response that travels from your gut straight to your joints. A groundbreaking study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found out that people who consume mostly refined carbs had nearly 3 times higher inflammatory markers in their blood compared to those who ate less. Even worse, this high-carb diet leads to weight gain and insulin resistance, creating a vicious cycle that puts more pressure on already painful joints. I know giving up bread and pasta sounds impossible because I love them too. But there are delicious alternatives that won't make your arthritis worse. And instead of eating white bread, try whole grain sourdough or sprouted bread. Swipe white pasta for whole grain versions or try something alternative like zucchini noodles. Replace the white rice with quinoa or wild rice, and most importantly, read labels carefully for hidden added sugars. A research from UK found that beverages like tea and coffee and foods like cereals, when sweetened with sugar, will increase the risk for people to develop high blood sugar, diabetes, weight gain, heart disease, arthritis, and most importantly, they develop higher markers of inflammation. But the good news is that making simple food swaps can dramatically reduce your joint pain in as little as 2 weeks. And I have seen it happen many times with my patients. What is the most effective approach? Start adopting a Mediterranean diet, because we have great evidence it helps prevent the onset of osteoarthritis at a young age, and it will decrease the pain and progression in people already suffering from osteoarthritis of the hands, of the knees, of the hips, or of the spine. And at its core, the Mediterranean diet is rich in whole foods and low in processed foods and added sugars. It includes a lot of healthy fats like olive oil, like lean proteins such as fish and legumes, and it is containing an abundance of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. And unlike many of the modern diets, it doesn't eliminate any major food groups, but instead focuses on the quality and on the balance of foods. And instead of using lots of salt, the Mediterranean diet also encourages cooking with herbs and spices like oregano, like basil, like turmeric, like garlic, which are also known for their anti-inflammatory benefits. And in my opinion, this is not just a temporary diet. It is a sustainable lifestyle that can make the difference between living in pain and living fully. But knowing which foods harm your joints is only half of the solution. The next step is to discover which specific foods can actively heal your joints and fight inflammation naturally. And if you don't know them, you will continue to suffer in pain. And who wants that? And to learn more about those anti-inflammatory foods, check out my next video right here.